For some reason, it took me such a long time to just get up and record this video. I wanted to do it shortly after New Year's Eve, but for some reason it didn't actually happen, and it's just. But we're here now. It's January 25th as of recording. Don't know when I'm gonna publish it. Probably today because I don't have anything better to do. But yes, this is the character Happie Newyer, which is written like this. It's not written like actual Happy New Year. I know it's like, oh wow, so creative, but I actually think that's a really cool name, like Happy with an IE instead of Y. I just thought that was pretty cool, and I watched the movie 200 Cigarettes with my parents the night before New Year's Eve, because it was a movie that happened on New Year's Eve. And that film is not the best thing ever, but it's really entertaining. So I do kind of recommend it. But that is basically what inspired me to do this character or create this character, is because of that film 200 Cigarettes. It's really they're really inspired by that movie. But they are a non-binary party goer, like die-hard ride or die party goer, and they don't let anyone tell them what to do, and they're like insanely hot-headed because like explosions and fireworks on New Year's Eve, and an insane party goer because for some reason a lot of people like to just go around town and look for parties, which is not really a thing. I think it's just something that people did in the 90s. Maybe people still do it, but it's not really a thing in Iceland. We just have New Year's Eve to hang out with our family and eat turkey and, have fun. The design of this character, though, I wanted them to be very feminine and have very bold neon colors, because for some reason I just found that fitting. I am not even sure exactly why. I mean, of course, all the glow sticks and all that on New Year's Eve is the reason I put them in all these really bright colors, but I'm talking about the fact that they're very feminine and they're non-binary. I just thought that would be a pretty good idea. I'm not sure. And I mean, their outfit is really like party-like, and I actually kind of like the design, but I'm probably gonna change it a little. I really like their purple hair and like their piercings and kind of edgy. Like I wanted to have that balance of like edgy and black and all these really bright neon colors. I also really wanted to balance them because I know how eye-watering it can be looking at just solid neons. And also like the colors that are on their clothing are actually like very common colors for fireworks, at least over here. And they're really insane. I have never spent New Year's Eve anywhere else than in Iceland. And in Iceland everyone is so crazy because we like really blow stuff up. Like there are fireworks everywhere. And the next day you can't really see anything because it's just fog, or like because it's so polluted because of the fireworks. And the smell, I used to kind of like the smell, but like when it's really overwhelming, especially recently it has been, I just can't really cope with it. It's really difficult. And it's like hard for people that are driving to even see where they're going. You couldn't even see the houses like right over the street because it was so polluted. So I don't really know exactly how to incorporate that into the character themselves, but I like to think that they're like really hot-headed, and then they kind of calm down and are very chill like the next morning, because that's basically what you do on the the next morning. And I was kind of thinking about their relationship with the other characters. I feel like they wouldn't really get all that well along with Mary or Christmas. I don't know exactly why. I just don't really think that they have a lot of friends at school, but like outside of school, they have so many like party friends that are always out with them drinking and stuff. And I feel like when they were younger, they didn't like grow up in the best surroundings or in the best home, and like none of my characters really do, but that's just a thing, I guess. But I also like to think that they kind of find this community of people that are always partying, and that's kind of the only place where they fit in, because like they're non-binary, that's not really socially acceptable yet, and they're they're very like different. They have a lot of piercings and stuff, and like a pretty weird sense of fashion. I like to think that at school, like, they're always really tired because they're just coming home from an all night party. They're wearing like a black hoodie and they have their hood on and maybe some jeans or something. And they're just really tired and can't really get any work done. And in the Holigays universe, that is not the worst thing, like, at all, because the point of the school is to really find your place and find, like, the stuff that your holiday is, basically, like, to find, like, what your holiday is. And even if they get really tired really easily, I feel like they'd always be a lot of fun to be around. Not in the mornings, though. They probably have really bad morning breath. But something along those lines. And I feel like they kind of embody every single character from 200 Cigarettes in one way or another. I also like to think that they're kind of stupid in a lot of ways. Don't really know why. But they can be kind of like really fun to be around, of course. And they come off as kind of harsh, but then as you warm up to them, they kind of, they're great, basically. And they're not as cold and hostile as they looked before, or as they presented before. Because after all, especially in Iceland, it's all about family, like blowing fireworks with family and going outside, looking at the fireworks with family, eating turkey with family. Icelanders, for some reason, don't really do turkey on Christmas. We have like different things, but turkey is more of a New Year's Eve kind of thing. And always when I eat turkey, which isn't really often, I just think of New Year's Eve. I think of the stuffing and a lot of fun, because I also like to think that overall they're kind of laid back, like Happy is kind of laid back. Because it's like one of those holidays that is like very laid back. It's not like Christmas where everything is supposed to be like posh and pristine. You're basically just chilling, eating, and doing whatever the hell you want, basically. And that's kind of their overall energy. Originally, I wanted to give them a tongue piercing because I feel like that's one of the bad decisions they would make. But I ended up, that's why they have their tongue sticking out, but I ended up not doing that. Even though they like definitely would, and maybe that will happen sometime in the story. And also, let me know if you're interested in me reading some parts of the Holigays story, like just here. And because I think that will be a lot of fun for me. And I got some messages from friends saying that the story is interesting, even though I know that like more than 50% of you just do not care, but that is alright by me. I feel like I really depend on criticism from friends because I don't really get any other criticism, and I know that criticism like from friends can be very biased. So just please give me some criticism. I won't care, like, at all, because I know, I mean, at least make it constructive. Be like, oh, I would, like, change the way you positioned the foot, or you can make it better by doing this and that, and that sort of stuff, instead of being like, your art is ugly and I hate you. Because that's not constructive criticism. And I know that a lot of people on the internet tend to do that. And people in real life too. I don't know how exactly like their character arc is gonna be. I think that they're not exactly a main character. I don't know why I feel that. I just want the main people. Maybe they are one of the main, like 7 or 8. I don't know exactly how many main characters there are going to be in the story, but there are going to be some, and I really want Mary to be one of them, and of course Thalia, or like Thalia is Thanksgiving, which is kind of strange because I have literally not. I don't know, should Thalia be one of the main characters? Because I literally know nothing of Thanksgiving except for the things like in movies and when people talk about it on the internet. Literally have never celebrated Thanksgiving in my life because it's like an American thing. And also, please go into the comments and like suggest holidays for me to make that are like not American, or not American basically, because I really love embracing my culture and including the Icelandic holidays. If you're from somewhere else, maybe be like, oh yeah, there's this holiday in Germany and you should do that, or some things, and then I will do like a deep dive into that holiday and maybe make a video on it, perhaps. I think that would be so much fun because I have a hard time choosing holidays to make because there are so many holidays everywhere around the world. But back to Happy. As you can see, like the speed paint is almost over now, but I don't really have all that much to say about Happy because I haven't really finished every detail of their character, and a lot of the things that I do know about their character will be giving away the story or like giving away the plot and spoiling it, which I don't want to do because like why would I do that? But yeah, I think most information that will not give much away is already found in this video, or just things that I haven't come up with yet. And one more thing, please give me some suggestions for not only characters to make, but also how can I make Happie. Like maybe you have some suggestions of like, oh yeah, there's this New Year's Eve thing where this, and this. And I'll be like, oh yeah, I can incorporate it into the character somehow. And then you'll be like, oh yeah, maybe you can do it by doing this or something. And maybe I'll be like, oh yeah, I already thought of that. Because there are a lot of parts of Thanksgiving. There are a lot of parts of New Year's Eve that I have already incorporated into their personality. Doing this Holigays thing is not only super fun for me, but also very difficult at times because some things are like, this is a really big part of the holiday, but how do I incorporate that into like a personality or a design element? So this is basically like this character in a nutshell. Like in a pretty big nutshell, because I just really wanted this to be the first drawing of 2021. This is the first drawing of 2021, which just tells you how I've been stalling to make this video. But I finally did it, and I'm actually really proud of this drawing. I think it's kind of nice. Oh yeah, and the yin yang necklace. I just thought the black and white elements of that would be kind of nice, and also just like it's a little bit of foreshadowing because I think they're definitely kind of a part of that, not the part of that religion, just they have another part, and that is the good within evil, and they're good within evil, and the other person is evil within good. And as the name of the series might suggest, they're gay as hell, and they will find their other half in the story, which I think is really cute. But it's also kind of dumb because I don't believe in soulmates, but you get what I'm saying, right? Anyway, thanks for kind of tagging along, and I don't have many seconds left, and I don't know what I can say with this few seconds left. Happy 2021, everybody. Like, which is kind of weird saying that because it's almost like February. This year, thus far for me, has been not as bad as 2020, but like it has been something, let me tell you. And again, thank you so much for watching and listening to me not really talk about anything, really, because I don't know all that much about the cinematic universe yet. So please give me some suggestions, and I will see you later.